Everyone, welcome. So today we are going to be cutting this 180-degree fillet that you are seeing on the screen. My name is Omomi Odumbaku. To my old subscribers, you are highly welcome, and to my new subscribers, thank you and welcome once again. So now, as you can see, this fabric is folded into two. I have 6 yards of fabric here, so I fold it into two. I have 3 yards here, 3 yards on the other side, making 6 yards. Now, after this folding, I'm going to fold in a perfect triangle like so. Just hold the edge here, fold it at the edge here, and fold towards this side. I'm going to be folding it towards this side, okay, like a perfect triangle. Finish folding, you realize that one side will be open and these two sides will be closed. These two here and two here, making it fall like this. So now you have to turn it towards this side. Make sure this one is straight. It's on a straight line. It's on a straight line as we're seeing it. Okay. Make sure it is straight like this, on a straight line. This one that is folded, it is folded into 4 on this side. It's folded into 4 on this side. But if you observe, this one has 2. This one has 2. This one is open on one side. This one is not open at all. So let's continue. Now let's proceed. So I'm going to make sure it's straight. So from here now, I will look for where my bust circumference divided by 4 is. I will measure it. My bust circumference divided by 4. I have 10.5 here plus 1.5 sewing allowance. That is 11. 10.5, that is 11.5 inch. So I'll make sure I mark where that 11.5 inch is. Let me use my straight ruler to do that. After that, my shoulder measurement, from my shoulder to my arm measurement is 9 inches. Because it's sleeveless, I'm going to be using 8 inches. So I'm going to mark that one as well. And I make sure I mark it on a straight line like this. Okay? I'll mark it on a straight line. 8 inches. So from this first point line, you measure your shoulder to armhole measurement. I minus 1 from my 9 inches is supposed to be, so I use 8 inches. So from this point, I'm going to measure my gown length, which is 55 inches from here. After folding, you realize that at this point, this thing will not be equal, okay? So I'm going to measure 55 all through. I will raise it up here. I'm going to measure 55 from here. I will measure 55 all round. Just place it there and measure 55 all around. This table is not big enough. Let me mark it and come back and show you. You can see the marking. You see the first line there. This first line here, I measure from there to my gown length. See my gown length down here. I believe you can see it. Can you see? I measure 55 from that point to my gown length. So I'm going to cut it out. So I'm going to be cutting it out from here. So now, to fix this one that is not yet enough, I'm going to bring this we are not done with the down part. We are still going to fill that up. So let's do this one before we do that, because I'm going to pin it. So now I want to, it depends on how low you want the neckline to be. I want mine to be off by 6 inches. From this, where this will stand as our chest line. So I'm going to mark 6 inches here. I'm going to mark 6 inches there. I will use my ruler to connect, to draw a straight line for the 6 inches. Okay. Now, I'm going to mark 6 inches. 6 inches. Let me mark 6.5. This is my first time of making this, and I don't want to gamble with it. It's better for me to be more than to be less. So I'm going to connect it to the marking for my bust circumference. Okay, I'm going to connect it like so. So it is better to be more than to be less. If it is wider, we can actually reduce it, but if it's less, there's nothing we can do about it. So I'm going to call this. So the lace is going to extend to this level. I hope you're getting my point. So that is how the yoke is going to come over it. So that is it. So then I'm going to slash this open. I'm going to slash it open. Now let's fix the down part. So to fill up the one that is not complete, I'm going to match this selvage to selvage like this. Okay, and I'm going to pin each one this way. I'll pin them down. After pinning, then I'll cut. Let me pin it down. So I'm done pinning to the one that is not complete. Can you see it here? I pin wrong side to the wrong side. Okay, I pinned all through. Can you see where it stopped? I pinned the second one too, but it's going because it's going to be 2. Then after pinning, you have to flip it to the other side like so before you cut, so that you can see where the length is already before you cut out, so that you will not make mistake of cutting it short. I hope you're getting my point. When you pin like that, you have to cut it on the one that is already okay. So here is it. Then I'm going to cut through. Just to see clearly. This is the one I joined under here. So I want to make sure it is equal, and this is the complete one. So I'm just going to cut it all through. Like so. So when you go to the sewing machine, you will just join it together. So as simple as A, B, C, D. Okay? Now see that everything is equal, both the one that we cut before and the one that we joined. So when I get to my sewing machine, I'll just join it all through. So it becomes one. So now, for the yoke part, we're going to be using our basic bodice for it. Okay? Now, let's get started. If you have watched this video to this level, kindly like, comment, share, and subscribe so that others can benefit from it if you find it helpful. Thank you. So now let's continue. This one you are seeing here, I'm going to draft a basic bodice. I'll draft back and front together. That's what we are going to be using to determine our yoke. Now, from here now, I measure my shoulder measurement, shoulder to chest line. Mine is 9 inches. I remove 1 because it's sleeveless. So I remove 1 from it. I have 8 inches. So my chest line 11, my waistline 18 inches. So my shoulder measurement is 7.5. I'm going to be using 7 here without sewing allowance. Okay, because it's sleeveless. Okay, I'm going to be using 7. So after sewing, it becomes 6.5. I hope you're getting my point. So I'm going to be marking the neck width as 2.5 inch wide because it's going to have a collar for the front. Then for the back, I'm going to be using 1 inch. Okay, I prefer it smaller and make it wider later than make it bigger that will not have solution. Okay, so here is it. That is the back. Then I'm going to come down by 1 inch shoulder slope here. Then I'll connect it back to my, can you see that? So I'm going to do this, and because it is sleeveless, I'll just measure my bust circumference, which is 10.5, This tape has cut, so I'm trying to use one that is still normal. 10.5 plus 1.5 inch wide sewing allowance, which is my bust circumference divided by 4, stops here, plus sewing allowance 1.5 inch. Then I will come to my waistline. My waistline is 10 plus 1.5. I don't need that anyway, I just want to draw it out. So here is it. That yoke stops on the chest line. I mean on the waistline. I hope you're getting my point. So from here now, I'm going to connect straight to this point. Just connect straight, like I just did. Then mark your neck depth for the front. I'm going to be using 3 inches for the front neck depth. For the back, 1 inch. For the front, 3 inches. And the front is still going to have opening down here. Okay, let me do it once. I'm just coming by 1/2 inch from here. Then I'll connect it to wherever I want. I want to use mine as maybe from here 3, maybe 6 inches should be okay. So I'll just connect from that 1/2 inch to the 6 inches. You can make it wider if you want, but I'm okay with this. You can make it 1 inch. So now we want to design the yoke. Okay, use my pencil to design the yoke first. I'll just use my this thing to trace it out like so. You can do it anyhow you want. So that's my yoke. Then I'll just cut it out. So I will just cut it out straight. I'm just going to cut the yoke out. I'll cut the front first. I've placed the back pattern on the lace fabric. This is a sample lace. You can use any lace of your choice. Okay, so I'm going to cut this 1/2 inch sewing allowance. If I mark it, I have a white short here. You won't see the markings. So I'm just going to use my initiative here. Okay, so this is going to be like this. this is how the back yoke is going to look like on it. I hope you're getting my point. This is how you're going to fix it on it. So then after we fix the back, we can now cut the front. So let's bring the lace fabric and cut out. Have the back piece. So the next thing is for us, you can see it on it already. Now we have the back piece. Here is it. So now it's time for us to cut the front piece. Let me shift this to the side. So to cut the front piece, I'm just going to follow this. Then I'll cut this out. Simple. So let's transfer it to fabric. You can see how I place the net. I try to make sure that half-inch shows. So this is it. I'm going to shove this off very tiny because there won't be no sewing allowance here. Very tiny. So when I finish sewing it, it will give me what I wanted. Okay. So now I'm going to start my cutting from here. By adding half-inch sewing allowance to it. So now we have the back and the front. So the next is for us to go and join this piece on the sewing machine. Okay. So if you find this video helpful, kindly like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is the front piece. So I've cut out facing for it. You can see I've sewn it already. You do the same. And if you have bias binding, you can use it to pipe it. Okay. Now there's one thing I did here. I placed lace trimmings on this. So this is the front. I'm done with the front. And here is the back. Because this lace doesn't have trimmings on it. I mean, it doesn't have selvage. So I tried to buy lace trimmings to design it just like this one. So I'm going to do just like this one. I'm going to do the same thing to the back here. Let me go and fix this. I'll come back and show us. This is it. I've done the same thing to the back. So we have both the front and the back. Since I don't have the selvage, then I can use this. And it looks beautiful, as you can see. So the next thing we are going to do now, we are going to join the one that we pinned earlier. You know, we pinned one earlier. This one here and this one. We are going to join them. Then when I get to my sewing machine, I'm just going to fold this very tiny to make it clean. Okay, that's what I'm going to do now. So here is it. I'm done joining. Can you see it? It has become one whole dress. I mean, oh, this is the front, right? So this is it here. If you iron very well, you will not see this joining. It will be difficult for them to see this joining. Then I turn this and sew it. So the next thing we are going to do now, I'm going to place the lace on it. Place the lace fabric on it. I'll pin it down. I'm going to mash it up with the sleeve. I'll pin it down. I'll go to my sewing machine and then stop stitch on it. I make sure I centralize it. I make sure I centralize because I'll still cut this excess away. I will centralize it with this blouse, with this gown. I've centralized it, as you can see. I try to mark the center of this fabric, then I use this as my center here. So I mark it here. I try to use this one to align it here. So I'm going to pin it all through. Okay, I'm going to pin it all through. Then I'll just go to my sewing machine and top stitch on the white lace. Then I'll try and do at the center here to hold it down so that this one will not be flying everywhere. The inner, the one at the top here. So I'll top stitch up here and down here. Okay, so let me pin down. I'll pin everything. I'll do the same thing to the back. I hope you get my point. I'll do the same thing to the back. I will just pin strategically. Okay, I've pinned it down here at the top here, and I pin it around here. Okay, so I'll go through to my sewing machine and top stitch. Can you see? So it's as simple as A, B, C, D. I've pinned the back too, as you can see. So the next is for me to sew, to top stitch on it so that it will stay in place, so that it will not be flying everywhere when I finish making it. So I am done top stitching. Can you see? It's now attached to the fabric. So that's how you are going to do it. After this, I will go and join the shoulder. Then I will pipe it with the same, this trimmings. I'll pipe the sleeve with the trimmings. So let me go and do that. I've joined the two shoulders. Can you see? I've joined the two shoulders. So the next thing is for us to pipe this with the trimmings, pipe this with the trimmings. Okay? So I've finished sewing the trimmings to the sleeve area. So what I did is I just placed the trimmings on it, sew it, and I plait at strategic places because it shouldn't be, because that place is not straight, it's curved. So you have to put in some small plates to make it look curvy exactly it's supposed to be. So this is it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to join. But before I join, we are going to, I told us that it's going to have a collar. So we are going to cut the collar now. To cut the collar, I'm going to measure around the neck. Okay, I'll measure around the neck. Measure around the ring. I have 14.5 inches here. Okay, so I'll cut the fabric on bias. To cut the neckline, I'm going to fold this back fabric on bias like so. Then I will mark 14 inches. Then I'm going to be using 1.5 inch wide. Okay, from here I will mark, first of all mark is 14 inches that I got from measuring it. So I'll add 1 inch to it, making 15 inches. So I'm going to stop here. So I'm going to mark 1.5 all through. So I'm going to be using ½ inch to sew it. So I'll be left with, after sewing, I'll be left with 1 inch. Okay, I'll be left with 1 inch. So I'll stop here. I'll just go straight. I'll go to my sewing machine. I will lock it here by ½ inch. Lock it here by ½ inch. Then I'll fix on the neck. Okay. So you can see I'm done fixing the neck, the collar. Can you see? I'm done fixing the collar. Can you see it? So the next thing is for me to join both sides and then join the end of the gown. Don't join both sides. Can you see? Don't join in. See the sleeve, the neck area, sleeve, and this is the other side. So we finally come to the end of this tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Till I come away next time, my name is Tori Odunbako Mommy. Bye.
Arónípin ọmọ àmọ́jọ́ láníyàn èmi lòun ò fi dájọ́ tó gbàgbọ́ pé onílé kóró ọ̀la ẹ̀dá wọn padà dùn àwọn ẹ̀dá arónípin èyí náà fi ń ṣírò ọ̀la. Ojú pẹ́ṣẹ́lẹ̀ ilé làwọn ti fi wò mí nínú ayé rí wọ́n tún fi wò mí lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ṣé bọ́lọ́hún lọ pa bídà tó ń fa bára ẹ̀ sọ bí dire bá mi tún ayé mi ṣe o bá mi tún ayé.